Green Tree Productions is proud to present Duncanville Weekly News. It's the good news just for the City of Champions, Duncanville, Texas. And now, here's your host, John Thompson.
Hello, world, America, Texas, and Duncanville, and welcome to this edition of Duncanville Weekly News for the middle part of December 2017. Glad you're logged on and watching. Well, we're into the hoops now, and it's the 26th year for us to cover the Duncanville Panthers and Pantherettes. As we start each Hoops Corner segment, we have a person who introduces that segment. This year we're going to reminisce a little bit, starting with this.
Hi, I'm Casey Cheshire. I play offensive tackle for the Duncanville Panthers. When I'm not making holes, I'm watching some hoops.
Hoops? Did you say hoops? We got your hoops right here in the Hoops Corner on Duncanville Weekly News with all the highlights from the latest Duncanville Panther and Pantherette basketball games and a peek at upcoming games. The Hoops Corner is brought to you by James Memorial Chapel,
the Wolverton Company, Singla Dental, Leon Miller Commercial Properties.
And now in the Hoops Corner, here's John with all the Hoops highlights.
Hello, Duncanville basketball fans, and welcome to the Hoops Corner. The Panthers and the Pantherettes are well into their season already, and let's start this week with highlights of the Pantherettes. And here's how it happened. As they did last year, the Pantherettes opened their season against Mansfield Timberview, this year over at their place. Remember last year the Lady Wolves beat the Pantherettes in overtime at our place, so it's payback time, and the Pantherettes faithful are here. Zay Green gets the Pantherettes their first lead until very late in the game with this driving layup. Down by 9 points late in the first quarter. Nia Thomas nails a WNBA three-point shot. Then she spots Kristen Marsh ahead of the pack for two. Down by 4. Zay drives and dishes to Hannah Gusters for the hoop. But after one, it's 15-13, Lady Wolves. Timberview scored 7 straight points to open the second quarter. But check out this pass from Zay to Chrislin for the basket. And Coach Self Morgan says, "Come on, girls." Still down, Angel Kelly hits a much-needed 18-foot shot, and Zay follows with a three-point hoop to cut the deficit to 7 points. And then on this inbounds play, Naya inbounds to herself, and her shot is put back by Angel. And at the half, it's 29-24, Lady Wolves. The Pantherettes had a very poor shooting third quarter, but Chrislin hits a driving layup off the glass, and then Chrislin again on a pass from Naya to cut the Timberview lead to 11 midway through the third. A scary moment as Zay scores and is fouled on a driving layup and goes down, but Dad knows it's just a cramp, and he wants Coach Self Morgan not to even take her out of the game. Trailing by 13. Naya hits another much-needed three-point shot, then nails another one as the Pantherettes are playing catch-up. Fast. And after three, they still trail by 6 points. Glad Anaya didn't miss the bus as she scores on a break and is fouled, and her free throw cut the deficit to 1 point with 2.5 minutes left. This free throw by Angel Kelly tied the game at 52 with 1.5 minutes left. It looked like Timberview was just going to try to hold the ball for the last shot, but Anaya steals, and it's called for a foul. This miss on the 1-and-1 free throw. But we get the rebound, and Chrisland gets called for blocking foul in the lane, to the dismay of the Panther fans. And Coach Self Morgan and the Lady Timberwolves hit both free throws to go up by 2 with 44 seconds left. Zay is back in and kicks over to Angel, and she nails a three-point shot. And then with 12 seconds left, Anaya steals and feeds Hannah, who the officials say was intentionally fouled, meaning 2 free throws and the ball. She misses both free throws, but on the inbounds play, Anaya is fouled, and she hits 1 of 2 for a 2-point lead. The last-ditch half-court shot was nowhere close, and the Pantherettes sneak out of Mansfield Timberview with a 56-54 win to open the season. Naya scored 20, Chrisland 12 to lead the Pantherettes scoring. Thursday, the first round of the 8th Frisco Tip-Off Classic was on the schedule, and the Pantherettes played an auxiliary gym at Lebanon Trail High School, one of the 4 of the multiple Frisco high schools to host this tournament, and their opponent was Ursuline of Dallas, and Hannah starts the scoring with a couple of free throws. Then Zay hits a 3-point shot. Then she's led a little too much on a break, and she manages to get it back to Chrisland for a layup. Then she gets the ball into Hannah with her post shot for 2, and then Zay again with a spin move, and it's 13-0 after 1 minute and 11 seconds. Lamaria Lott is in and hits a 3-point hoop. Then passes to Kinley Brown, who scores in the post. Freshman Nia Wilson takes the baseline and scores. And then Ashley Ross rebounds, and when she didn't find anybody to pass to, she shoots and scores. All that in the first quarter, and it's 32-9 Pantherettes. In the second, Lorraine Lusk passes to Asha for a layup. And then Chrisland into Zay, who spots a cutting Naya for the basket. Then Zay steals at midcourt and feeds freshman Jara Howard Garza for a snowbird, and it's at the half 57-19. Angel hits a 16-foot shot in the third, and then Zay scores on a break and is fouled. And after 3, it's a 53-point lead. In the fourth, Lamaya scores over the middle of the lane. And then Kinley weaves her way into the lane and scores. The mercy clock was in play the last quarter. 85-26. Pantherettes. Anaya had 15, Zay 14, and Hannah 11 in this first round game in Frisco. In round two, the Pantherettes whipped Denton Ryan 94-29 with Hannah, Zay, and Anaya leading 11 Pantherette scorers. In the quarterfinals, Saxe was the opponent, and it was 62-48 Pantherettes with Hannah and Zay leading the way. The Pantherettes met District 7-6A sister Cedar Hill in the semifinals and took care of business, winning 66-53. Once again, Hannah and Zay, along with Star Jacobs, led the scoring. It was no big surprise to anyone who the Panthers met in the finals, Mansfield Timberview. The last two games of the tournament were played at the Dr. Pepper Center in Frisco. Not the very best place for this tournament, but Hannah gets things started following her shot in the post, and later Zay drives and dumps to Hannah, who hits a nice mini hook shot. After 3 quarters, we're tied at 52. Angel gets loose early in the fourth for 2 points. And then Naya hits a tough, well-defended shot to give the Pantherettes a 4-point lead midway through the fourth quarter. This Timberview free throw tied it at 61 with about a minute to go. 3 more free throws by the Lady Wolves was it. Final, Mansfield Timberview 64 and the Pantherettes 61. Hannah led the scores with 16 points and was named to the all-tournament team. Then, after beating the Plano Lady Wildcats here, the Pantherettes participated again in the McDonald's Invitation in Houston, and here's what happened there. On the weekend, the Pantherettes headed to Houston to defend their 2 straight championships in the McDonald's Invitational, and in their first round of play, on Thursday, they defeated Cypress Falls 83-43 with Kristen and Hannah leading 12 Pantherettes in scores. Then later, Mansfield Summit was the opponent, and they lost to the Pantherettes 58-35 with Star and Hannah leading the 11 scorers. Friday, Westside was the victim, 85-43 with Zay, Hannah, and Star and Kristen in double figures. In the tournament semifinals, Cypress Ranch went down 68-47 with Zay, Anaya leading the way with 14 points apiece. And then in the finals, Converse Judson was defeated 72-40 with Hannah and Zay leading the scoring. Hannah was named to the Most Valuable Player Award in this tournament, and Zay was on the all-tournament team. Congratulations, 3 in a row, Pantherettes. Then after 4 more wins, the Pantherettes hosted Frisco Liberty, and here's what happened. On Tuesday, the Pantherettes hosted Frisco Liberty, the Red Hawks, and early in the game, Star feeds Hannah in the post for 2. And then Zay drives through traffic to score. Anaya takes it to the house. Then Zay makes the good pass to Star for 2 more. And after 1, it's 15-11, Pantherettes. In the second, Naya makes a nice drive for 2 and 1. Let's switch roles as Chris feeds Zay down low for the hoop. Kinley's in. And it's a rainbow from the far corner over by Alex's tunnel. As time is expiring in the first half, Zay hits a 3-point shot at the buzzer. And at the half, the Pantherettes lead 33-18. Chris opens the third quarter with a 15.5-foot shot. And when they come out and guard her, she feeds Zay for a quick turnaround. And after three, it's 47-25 Pantherettes. Lamaya Lott is in. And she passes to a cutting Hannah for the first of 4 straight Hannah baskets. Final, Pantherettes 64 and those Frisco Liberty Redhawks 32. Zay had 15, Hannah 14, Grissom had 10, as the Pantherettes are now 16-1.
Singla Dental, your hometown dental office, is a proud sponsor of our DHS athletes in the Panthers Den on Duncanville Weekly News. Singla Dental offers convenient, extended hours, and same-day appointments are available. Located at 541 West Wheatland with a website of www.singladental.com, and telephone number is 972-298-4677. The Wolverton Company, serving the Duncanville, Southwest Dallas area for over 78 years. Wolverton has been a proud sponsor of Duncanville Weekly News since their day one in 1991. From H.W. to Thomas to Keith and Matthew, Wolverton provides the best heating and air conditioning service there is. Call them at 972-296-COOL. That's 972-296-2665.
The Pantherettes have some upcoming games, and here they are. The Pantherettes will continue their District 7 6A play at 6 o'clock Friday at Irving MacArthur. Then on Tuesday, in a game that everybody is looking forward to, they host those Grand Prairie Lady Gophers at 6. And then on Friday the 15th, before the Christmas break, they will host Irving once again at 6 o'clock. The Panthers, as you know, start a week later than the Pantherettes, and here's how they've done up to now. The Panthers open their season at the relatively new Mansfield High School, Lake Ridge, and have the first possession, and senior Stephen Quinn gets the game and the season started right, nailing a 3-point shot. Senior Clarence Taylor makes a good roll in the lane for a bank shot hoop. Senior Jordan Massenberg hits a 17-foot shot. Junior Jeremiah Coleman snares a long rebound and puts it back. And Coach Chisholm and his assistants monitor the action. But after one, it's 19-13, Lake Ridge. In the fourth, Stephen dishes to Jordan Massenberg down low for 2. And then Jordan steals, scores, and is fouled. Cameron drives, stops, pops in the lane. Free throws down the stretch, and this last second basket by Lake Ridge made the final 61-49. Jacoby had 15 points, Jordan 13, and Cameron 12 to lead the scorers as the Panthers open the season with a victory. On the weekend, the Panthers again were invited to play in the Texas Invitational in Pasadena, and in their first game in pool play, they beat Deer Park 65-61 with Cameron, Jacoby, C.J. Taylor, and Stephen leading a very balanced scoring attack. Next, the Panthers defeated Fort Bend Elkins 65-46. On Friday, Katy Morton Ranch was the next pool play game, and the Panthers defeated them 77-62. In their semifinal game, the Allen Eagles were there, and it was close, but won by the Panthers 64-62. In the championship game, in the Gold Division, the Katy Tompkins team were the other finalists, and they edged the Panthers, who suffered their first loss of the season. Jacoby was on the all-tournament team. Then on Tuesday afternoon, with school out for Thanksgiving, the Panthers hosted Fort Worth O.D. Wyatt to an expected quality but light crowd, and Cam gets it started with this shot down the lane. Steven hits an 18-foot shot. And then Jacoby takes an inbound pass and nails a three-point shot. And after one, the Panthers have a 19-7 lead. CJ hits a shot from behind that arc on the floor early in the fourth quarter. And Cameron says, I can do that, and does, and is fouled in the act. And free throws later, it's over. Final, Panthers 77 and O.D. Wyatt 66. Jordan scored 17 points. Cam and Jacoby had 15 apiece, and Steven scored 13 as the Panthers record their sixth win of the season. The Panthers played the last game of the Thanksgiving Hoop Fest against Putman West of Oklahoma City. And Clarence takes Jordan's tip and just tries to take it home, but has to pass to Jordan, who scores on a tough reverse layup. Stephen Quinn takes the baseline for two. And one. On this fast break, Jacoby makes the good pass to Clarence, who scores easily. Cameron is trapped in the backcourt, but gets the ball over to Cameron, who nails a three-point shot. And then Jacoby is ahead of the pack and scores. And after one, it's 16-12 Panthers. Due to turnovers and poor shooting, the Panthers' lead is only 1 point, but Steven makes a driving hoop. And then with a minute and a half left and ahead by three, the Panthers go into a slowdown mode, but Jacoby makes a good drive for two. Not unusual. Lots of free throws down the stretch. And Cameron. And Steven. And Clarence. All contribute. Final. Panthers 62 and Putman 56. Steven had 16, Jacoby 13, and Jordan scored 12. And CJ had 10 as the Panthers go to 7-1. On the weekend, the Panthers participated again in the Gene Messer shootout in Lubbock with the following results. On Thursday, they defeated Lubbock Trinity Christian 66-45 with Jordan scoring 16 and Steven 12. And then Friday, they whipped Plainview 85-38 with 11 players in the scoring column. And then they slipped by Sherman 60-56 in the semifinals with Jacoby getting 23 and Steven 16. And Jordan had 15 to lead the way. Then in the championship game, Rockwall Heath was the other finalist, and the Panthers held on to defeat them 57-47. Jacoby had 18, Jordan 13, and Steven scored 11. Jacoby was named the most valuable player of the tournament, and Steven was named to the all-tournament team. Congratulations, Panthers. On Tuesday, it's the long trip north. No, not Sherman, not McKinney, not Plano, but Dallas Kimball and Sprague Fieldhouse. And there's a couple of big Panther fans on hand for this road trip. And Jacoby opens things with a three-point basket from the top. CJ steals at midcourt and takes it to the house. Then he hits a rainbow from the far corner. Later, Jacoby again. Three again. CJ drives and he loses the ball in mid-jump, but gets it over to Steven for the basket. And after one, the Panthers are leading 19-15. In the second, Ian Gooden hits a shot from behind that arc on the floor. And at the half, Kimball has taken a 1-point lead. Miles Bennett opens the third with a rat-a-tat-tat basket. And then Stevens scores on an inbounds play. Down by 18. Jacoby hits a much-needed three-point shot to leave the Panthers trailing by 15 after 3 quarters. Miles drives early in the fourth quarter for 2 and 1. And then Stevens picks up a loose ball in the lane, misses the shot, but rebounds, scores, and is fouled. But Kimball hit some great shots down the stretch, and they win 70-58. Jacoby had 16 for the Panthers, and Stevens scored 14 as the Panthers dropped to 11-2 on the season.
Leon Miller Commercial Properties is a proud sponsor as he enjoys helping to promote our DHS athletes as no one else does. Leon owns office and retail space in the heart of Duncanville on Main Street. If you are looking for convenient, accessible, and well-kept space for rent, call Leon at 972-709-7181. He will fix you up.
Jane's Memorial Chapel is the only family-owned funeral home in Duncanville and is proud to offer caring and dedicated services from familiar friends. Rick Janes and his family, the owners of Jane's Memorial Chapel and Funeral Home, have served Duncanville area families in their time of loss since 1998. A beautiful and spacious chapel is offered, and Jane's serves all cemeteries. When it comes to finding people you can trust in a time of need, you can turn to Jane's Memorial Chapel. No one else knows families better. 811 South Cockrell Hill in Duncanville.
Upcoming games for the Panthers. On Friday, the Chris Bosch Hoop Fest is held at Lincoln High School. Panthers will play at 7, and they'll play Carrollton Newman Smith. Then on Tuesday, they head over to play the Skeeters of Mesquite at 7:30. Friday, a home game, the first district game against the Irving Tigers at 7:30. And then on Monday, after the school vacation has started, they host Dallas Lincoln at 8 o'clock. We'll be back on or before December the 19th with highlights of those games and more. As we close, let's see some more scenes from the City of Champions, and see you December 19th.